Mercy Me is coming to Pittsburgh, the Together Again tour with Mercy Me, Crowder, and special guest Andrew Ripp, Thursday, October 5th. Bring your family and friends to the PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh for Mercy Me, Crowder, and Andrew Ripp live in concert. 3 multiple award-winning artists on one stage for one night. Let your spirit soar, your heart sing, and your faith ignite. Mark your calendars for Thursday, October 5th. Get your tickets now at mercyme.org.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Business Boutique. I'm Christy, Wright, and today we are starting a new series called Be True to You. I want to walk you through 5 ways to be true to yourself. Now, we're starting this new series as kind of an effort to do something different because, let's be honest, times are different right now. Everyone is figuring it out as they go, even more than we normally do in business and in life, and there's no playbook for this. No one has ever experienced what we are all going through together, and I thought this was such a great time to dive into a new series where we can focus on you, being true to you. You know what I've noticed is that in real life, normal life, before all of this happened and the rug was pulled out from beneath us, a lot of times it's easy to feel like we lose ourselves. Right? Like in all of our roles and responsibilities, and we're busy and rushing and running to all the things on the calendar. That sounds like a lifetime ago now because the calendar has been cleared for a while. But it's easy to lose ourselves in these things. We rush and run, we keep up, we perform tasks, and we get milk and sippy cups, and we take rides to soccer, and we get dinner on the table, and we run our business and fulfill our tasks at work, and we just do, and go all the time, and we wonder, where am I? Who am I in all of this? Where does my identity come from? What are things that are me that feel right for me? And what are things that I'm just rushing and running to keep up with some impossible standard, comparing myself to someone else, trying to keep up? I thought, what a great time during this pause, forced pause that many of us wouldn't have chosen in this way, of course, but what a great time in this pause to think about what is true for you. What do you want your life to look like? What do you want your story and your world to look like? Because I don't know about you, but when everything crazy happened in this coronavirus and this pandemic, I had an identity crisis in the opposite way. See, I struggled to lose myself when life is busy, but then life is slow, and I still wonder, well, what things are right for me? And now I have all this time. What am I supposed to do with it? What's true for me and what's not? What are things that fit my personality, that are in line with my values, that are right for this life that I want to create, and which ones aren't? You know, you look at people on social media now at home, and when we have spent the last few months at home, and we look at how they're living their life. Oh, wow, they're organizing everything. They're getting on top of everything. They're cleaning out attics. They're starting all these new projects. Maybe I should do that. You look at other people, and they're like, hey, I'm just taking this time to rest, slow down, pause, actually be present. Just be still, be quiet, read, all those things I never have time for when life is so busy. Well, maybe I should be doing that. Maybe I should be more present. Maybe I should, show up for my kids more and be more engaged at home. We still are wondering how we spend our time. We still are wondering which things are right for us. We've got this paralysis with so many options, whether our life is busy or still, we just are overwhelmed with the options of what to do. So that's why I'm excited, because we're going to start this new series of 5 ways to be true to you. 5 practical things you can do to discover who you are and what's right for you so that you can create a life that's true to you and your values and what God has in store for you. You know, I've referenced this before, but there's a book and an article that has really stuck out to me, and it's called The 5 Regrets of the Dying. And in this nurse tells this story of themes she saw in her patients that she cared for on their deathbed. So these are people in their last days and weeks of life. And she started noticing in caring for all of these people throughout the years that they all had the same themes of regrets. The number one regret that people experienced was, I wish I didn't work so much. Do you know what the second was? I wish I had lived a life true to myself, not the life other people expected of me. Now, so often we're busy rushing and running and keeping up with the day-to-day tasks that we never have time to pause to reflect. What is that life? What is the life that is true to you? Not the life that other people expect of you. What does it look like? And how do you even take steps to discover it? You know, I've noticed in my life that when I'm the most stressed and anxious and frustrated, it's not because I'm doing too many things. It's because I'm doing the wrong things. The things that aren't in line with my values, the things that don't feel like me. And that's not me. You know, it makes me think of several years ago when I became an official Ramsey personality, and they brought in a stylist to help me get it together, you know, like fix my hair, fix my clothes, learn how to dress for stage or camera or media. And this woman came in, and she was very well-meaning, and she was very sweet. We've talked about this before, but she told me what I should look like. She told me what was me. She goes, "Oh, I know what's you. This hairstyle right here is so you." Y'all, it was a short, stiff bob. It looked like a news journalist. Now, I'm not against bobs. If you have a bob haircut, I think that's great. I think that is true to you. It's just not true to me. I like big hair, long hair, crazy hair, fluffy hair, wild, beachy curls. That's me, not a stiff bob. You know, that's one example. But when we find ourselves in situations with haircuts that aren't us, or wearing clothes that aren't us, or doing things or spending our time, or in jobs or in businesses that aren't true to you, you feel stressed and frustrated and exhausted and anxious because you're not living a life that's true to you. But the opposite is also true. When you live a life that's true to you, when you spend your time on things that you value, that are right for you, and how God uniquely created you, you feel joy, fulfillment, purpose, much more peace, less stress, more control. You feel like you are living a life that's right for you. And that's what I want to help you do. That's why I'm so excited to dive into 5 ways to be true to you. Now, before we do, I have a journal question for you. You know that I love helping you journal. I love giving you guided journal questions that get you thinking and reflecting so that you can put what we're teaching you into practice. So your journal question for today is really simple. What does a life that is true to you look like? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it include or not include? As you think about this, I want you to write it down. Grab a notebook or a sticky note. It doesn't matter. What does a life that is true to you look like? I want you to think about that for a second. I want you to journal your answer to this question. What does a life that is true to you look like? And then next time, join me on Wednesday for part 1, where we dive into 5 ways to be true to you.
Mercy Me is coming to Pittsburgh, the Together Again tour with Mercy Me, Crowder, and special guest Andrew Rip, Thursday, October 5th. Bring your family and friends to the PPG Paints Arena in Pittsburgh for Mercy Me, Crowder, and Andrew Rip live in concert. 3 multiple award-winning artists on one stage for one night. Let your spirit soar, your heart sing, and your faith ignite. Mark your calendars for Thursday, October 5th. Get your tickets now at mercyme.org.